shovel. I got it out the mud, I don't need a shovel.
Yeah! Welcome back to another episode of PlugAve, y'all. I am here in Appleton, Wisconsin with my boy Fabo. What's good?
What's up, bro? What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
complain.
Hey, God is good all the time, man.
Absolutely.
It's so shoot. Bro, you got your own business, man.
Yeah.
Man, what you do, man? You want to tell people what you do? What's your business?
My business name is called Great Lakes Home Healthcare. We are a 24/7 in-home healthcare facility where we house behavioral individuals with behavioral health issues and cognitive mental disabilities, and we just teach them how to become an adult, groom them, teach them with the daily independent living skills, things like that. Teach them how to get jobs, money management. Just try to teach them daily etiquettes.
Okay. And so how'd you get into that?
So I got in through my pops. So my pops, he got into it just off of the simple fact that he was adopted.
Okay.
So he was in foster care and things like that. So foster care really translates over to mental health facilities.
Mm.
So whenever you turn about 18, then they transfer you whenever you're in these institutions. And now you're just stuck in the system forever. So he got into it that way. So I grew up around it, so I really had a passion for it. Seeing these guys and seeing where he really stemmed from and understanding okay, cool, there's a lot of people that come from broken homes and
right.
it's not their fault that they messed up mentally, physically, emotionally, it's things in their life, really just to be blessed that you're not as messed up as those people are, so that's really how I ended up getting into it through him.
How long was that process like for you to get that going?
I would say whenever I was going to Lakeland, you know how we had COVID year.
Yeah.
So I had left for that whole year. I never went to school at Lakeland. So I was in Alaska, and then while I was in Alaska, I was using my pop's business to actually act like I was going to an actual job for credits, but I was really working for him. So I was just getting money from him,
right? And
I was getting my credits for the class. So
dang,
I got a 2-in-1. He signed off for me. I finessed the system. It's cool though, man. Yeah.
You gotta get yours. Hey.
So after I got my credits and stuff like that,
right?
Graduated from Lakeland, man, I had enough criteria to be able to open my home.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have some money saved up, about $20,000, and then start the process.
Okay, so I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you being 24 years old, you young as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most deaf.
So I mean, most people ain't thinking about, trying to help someone else out like that, that capacity at all. You feel me? Like, I guess along your journey, it wasn't easy. That can't be easy. You feel me? That's a whole different world than any other type of business. You feel me? Like,
most deaf.
What were some challenges you faced in trying to open your business?
All right, so first I would say, whenever I was about to graduate from Lakeland,
mm-hmm.
I had already tried to start my process. So the only reason why I stayed out here is because I feel like if we go to school, you build connections with people.
Right.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. So I felt as if my connections were strong enough because I went to school all 4 years here,
mm-hmm.
that somebody would help me out. Well, it turns out that nobody would help me out. Like, I went to counselors at Lakeland. They, suggested that I do the research myself before they help me out with anything. So
that's crazy.
Basically, I just had to figure it out, just asking people, and then put me in the right position.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting this one man's number, got his number, and he told me, what to go look for. He told me about Lakeland Care. He told me about a few other spots. So I started looking into it, printing out my application. It's around April. So I submit my application and everything. I find me a house.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the location in Alberton. It's right. It got all this stuff in the area. You know, you go to the mall, the movies, you go grocery shopping. They got bus transportation.
Yeah.
They don't got none of that in Sheboygan. So that's why I chose out here, because residents could go do whatever they really want to do. So, ended up getting a house in Kakana, Wisconsin, and then started my process. I was working as a security officer, bro. So I was literally driving from Sheboygan all the way over here. Could only work on my house on the weekends, because Monday through Friday I'm working as a security officer. And then I had an apartment in Sheboygan too. I ended up having to get rid of my apartment because I couldn't afford that and the house, and I had to go end up sleeping on my friend's couch. I slept on Big Joe couch probably for about 5-6 months, bro. So I'm really getting it out the mud at this point.
You're real bad. Yes, sir.
So I ended up submitting my application. Boom, not working out the first time, not working out the second time. You only get 3 attempts. Your first submission is included as your first attempt. So by the time I got to my 3rd attempt, I had already lost out on everything. So they told me to pull it. They said pull your application, because if you miss it on this time, you gotta wait 6 months to reapply. So I had to pull the application, had to repay the $365 to reapply. Then I got it, and then by that time I got it November 11th, and then I didn't get my first residence till February 25th, 2023. So I started from there.
2023.
2023.
That was a year ago. Oh yeah, a year ago.
Yeah.
A little under.
A little over. A year and almost 6 months. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm fresh.
How was that moment when you got your first one, when everything went through? You're like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like,
that's a hard. I feel like that's hard to really entrust one with your care, like, you know what I'm saying, like that. So the fact that you got, you know what I'm saying, approved to do that, like, bro, like this state, like, really, you know what I'm saying, you doing your thing for that. Like, so how was that moment for you?
it was a relief, man. I ain't know what I was gonna do, because I had quit my job. So I'm like, God, like, you brought me this far, you is not gonna let me fail. So I really just got my Bible heavy, reading every day, waking up at 5 a.m. and just really having to teach myself of, hey, if you want this position, you gotta get groomed for this position, and it's gonna be a spiritual grooming. So whenever I finally seen it go through, man, the lady called me before it even went through, like, this place, you know, is predominantly white. So
yeah,
you know, for us being who we are and the young age, you know, it puts a target on our backs anyways. So I had the state come out. They came out, and then right before they gave me my certification and my license, they asked me, why are you doing this? And I thought that was like weird, like a personal call to ask me, why am I doing this? What am I getting out of this? You're so young. And so I explained where I come from and the origin of why I do it, and, you know, why I'm so excited to do it and passionate about it. Yeah, so that was exciting for me to stand up for myself and tell somebody that.
Okay. So where do you think, like you just said, you feel me, that's where you come from, your origin, like, where you come from, you feel me? Like, where's that instilled from?
Man, I feel as if I never grew up without my father. So basically, like, I talked to him through a phone my whole life. I could count on my fingers how many times I actually seen him as an adolescent. And as I started to get into my teens, I started to see him throughout high school. But based off of my conversations with him and how he grew up not knowing his parents. He grew up like with his dad, his adopted father, you know, being a pastor and, you know, cheating in the church and stuff like that. So he don't go to church no more. Like all of the trauma that he has, like, you know, not being able to know his parents, like not being able to trust women, things like that. So, you know, seeing like his pain and, you know, like whenever your parents teach you something as a kid, like if it once it get locked in, it's locked in. Yeah. And like they teach you like this the way of life. So from there, you know, he really just taught me that. He instilled a lot of that in me. So I always seen his pain, but I also seen like, you know, the materialistic money and all that, it don't matter. You know, you gotta spread your joy and have people around you. So like that's where it come from.
Okay. So like when you went to college, like was that something that you went to school for because you knew you wanted to do that? Or like do you have initially like a different plan you went to school for, and then like just along the way you just like
man, I had football dreams. I ain't even gonna lie. Football dreams, man. First game at Lakeland, first game of the season, tear my ACL.
Man.
So after that, I never got back on the field. I was actually about to go home.
That's a tough recovery though, coming back from ACL.
ACL different. They got people that was on the team 4, 5 ACL tests.
Man.
Nah. Once I tore my ACL, I'm like, okay, cool. Now I gotta stay at Lakeland because the credit's not gonna transfer to go back to Louisiana. So like I was going for business anyways. So I knew I wanted to own a business or be a part of some type of organization. So I went to school for business administration, and then I just got a healthcare emphasis. You know, if you got parents that's in healthcare, or you know your family members big on healthcare, down south everybody big on healthcare. So they gonna tell their kids, go to school for this, go to school for that, be a nurse. My mama wanted me to do that. I didn't want to do that. So my pops was like, hey, look, get into healthcare because it's gonna be around for the rest of your life. Like that's something that's, you know, you always gonna have a job. Think like that. Like, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and now we starting to see all these layoffs and things like that. But healthcare facilities and hospitals, they don't lay off. Like, they need more and more workers. So, you know, it's cool to be a part of something like that.
What you think like go into being like into running your own business, especially like in the line of work that you do?
Man, I feel like running a business in general, like you can't just wake up one day and say, I want to be a business owner, I want to be a CEO, I want to be a boss. Everybody say they want to be a boss. But whenever the things you don't think about is that every month, at the beginning of the month, your accountant is going to send you a invoice that says that you owe the government $12,000 start of the month. Like you gotta understand your payroll gonna be $20,000 a whole month, maybe even more. And I'm talking about that's like 5, 6 employees, $20,000. You know, you gotta pay for rent, all of these overhead utilities that you don't understand about. You know, not taking into consideration like, okay, cool. Now whatever I have left over, I need to save. You know, like you have to teach yourself these things, and the business is not gonna be in the positives for at least 3 to 5 years. But healthcare is different if you do it the right way. But still, you know, even if you try to do it the right way, it don't always work out. Right. You know, you still in the negative. Now you gotta figure it out because you can't go bankrupt. Like you got all these people depending on you, and then you also got to remember, like, once you started this, now you've affected everybody's lives that you've encountered. Like, you can't give up on these people because, you know, they've been giving up on their whole life. Once you build a bond with them, you don't want to ever, like, hurt them or let them down.
Right.
So, it gives you a different type of motive to keep going every day.
What's been one of the, the best moments you've experienced from owning your own business so far, or like, you know what I'm saying, running healthcare facility, like bro, healthcare. You feel me, bro? Like it ain't like isn't like you.
Oh man, I got being able to. Alright, I can't say too much because of HIPAA laws, so I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that on camera. But being able to see somebody at their lowest and being with them at their lowest and them just being so sporadic to building that person up to being this loving, kind, person who just needed guidance. Like that was one of my best moments. Having my home full with residents and being able to do an activity. Like I took my residents to a Green Bay Packers game, and like that was probably the best experience I had with them because I'm like, dang, like I grew up and I never had a dad to take me to do these things, and they probably never even been. So it's a surreal first time moment for us all, and God blessed me to be able to be a part of their lives and be able to afford something like this to take everybody to. So that was probably the best memory I've had.
Okay, man. That's legit, bro. Let's go. Hey, nope.
That's fire, for real. That's fire.
What? So there may be like other people, like, you know what I'm saying, like within you being so young and having your own business, you having your own employees and stuff like that. Like, I know it's some grimy people out there in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
how is like having staff and other people, how has that been? Like, you know what I'm saying, have your own employees,
it's tough. Like having employees, no matter your age, is just tough in general. It's not tough because of the word employee. It's tough because of the word people. People are emotional. You gotta also remember, like, hey, this is a business, but at the end of the day, these people are all here for their own benefit because they need money to pay their bills. If they didn't need it, they would not show up to work. And even though they do need it, they still don't show up to work. So, and understanding, like, there's deaths, like people die every day. People got sick days, People got elderly parents, like
shit happens.
All of these factors, yeah, man. So, I think that's hard. And then being young and telling somebody that's 54 years old or 35 years old, hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You have to do it my way because I'm the boss. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, you got to do it my way, not because I'm just the boss, but because this is how the organization operates. So they look at it like, how can you tell me this? Like, or how are you in this position and you 23 years old? If you could do it, I could do it. So let me try to steal some of your information and stuff like that. People do stuff like that, or they try to belittle you. Like, I had an employee quit because she didn't want to wash the dishes.
And you put that in the job description?
Yes,
okay.
It's in the job description. Yes, it's in-home habilitation. So that means assisting with individual, adult daily living skills. Yeah, that's in the job description.
She ain't read it.
Yeah, she ain't read it. She ain't want to wash them dishes, so she quit.
Oh man, was that probably been one of your worst employees?
Yeah, that's the laziest employee. Yeah, you don't want to wash 5 dishes. Come on, 5 dishes. But that's where it wasn't even about that. It was she 54 years old. She only gonna do it her, like, she's been living longer than me, so she feels as if she's been working in this healthcare industry longer than me. She has the authority to tell me how it's supposed to be done, but that's not the case. So
no, because I mean, that don't sound like an easy journey. You feel me? Like what you went through to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, but I definitely understand. Okay, you got more years of experience than me. I'm willing to hear you out. But if I know that this is an effective way, and I've seen somebody groom me to be able to do this, and I know it works for them,
right?
I'm willing to hear you out, but if it ain't broke, why change it?
What would you say like separates you from like any other facility that like what do you do different?
The interior design.
Mm.
I would say that I've seen the way like other home healthcare facilities are operated, and most people they join just because they want to get paid and things like that, and they feel as if healthcare pays the most money and things like that.
Damn.
You could tell when people do it whenever they put cheap items and objects in their home. Like you gotta remember that these individuals who we service,
Mm-hmm.
they were in bad predicaments and situations. You don't know their trauma, their past. Treat them as if you would live in that environment if you were them. So I treat them as if I would live here. So I give them the best of the best things. I'm gonna buy the nice furniture. I'm gonna make sure they have the best TV. I'm gonna make sure they have the nice paintings on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
drapes. And when people come in and they see that, they're shocked because they go and they buy their furniture from Goodwill, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just believe quality over quantity, because you can open up 100 of these,
Mm-hmm.
but they could all look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I could open up 5, and all of my homes are gonna look as if I lived in them, and that just shows a different type of dedication.
I say this one. We in now, huh? This one.
Yeah,
Right.
This is a home right now, and it looks as if this my crib,
Hey, man, hey, safe and secure too. This one.
Yeah.
For real. And I see. So most people do it for the check. I mean, you have a deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah, I definitely do. I want to make memories because I'm making memories, and not it's doing a good deed. It's changing your heart, and you learning how to grow as a young man in a world that's full of hatred, full of racism, So trying to keep your composure and your posture, being in a difficult field, dealing with individuals with developmental disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
behavioral health issues, learning that it's not their fault that they're in that situation. They never asked for that situation. So it just teaches you how to be humbled, be grateful what God has blessed you with, and just be mindful of the things you say and how you interact with any individual. I ain't gonna lie, I hate Wisconsin. Like the people rude as hell over here. They don't got no southern hospitality, no hey, how you doing? No, Chicago people rude, Detroit, everybody's just mean out here. So I love going back to Louisiana because it's like that's sanity to me. Like people, like they real country and southern. It's different out here, man. It's a lot of different challenges that you gotta go through hoops, and you gotta keep your composure, and people try to fuck with you on purpose just to see, if you can explode right here and there. What are you doing with, people with developmental disabilities when they tell you certain things, You just gotta be mindful of who you're dealing with and who you are as an individual and who God has allowed you to be.
You got how many houses you got?
I got 2.
Or you got 2?
Two houses.
That's 2 houses, 2 facilities.
Yep.
Okay. Any I guess like you feel me, what's next for you?
Man,
What's next for your business? You feel what y'all wanna do next?
we want to expand. Like, man, this is a blessing to be able to assist and aid and change the lives of individuals. I never give up doing that. I never stop that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always wanted to be a serial entrepreneur. And I just believe in most successful entrepreneurs do not have all their eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to venture out. I went to school to be a business administrator, to be a manager. So I want to be able to venture out and maybe create my own stuff, be a CEO like I already am, just in
right.
other aspects, So So that's really what's next. You know, I do want to open up a third facility, but man, you know, business is good. Employees are just any business you got employee problems. So I don't know. I don't know.
Man, Tom, we all been there before.
Yeah. Oh look, I did not showed up a few times to work before, so I understand how an employee. Sometimes I don't want to show up as a CEO.
Yeah, man. But you do never, you know what I'm saying, separate you from everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yes, sir, bro. Okay, so I mean, what's some advice that someone gave you that like you hold on to this day?
My mom. I feel as if like whenever I was in like my most vulnerable time,
Mm-hmm.
my mom would always tell me anything worth having does not come easy. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. So, like, even though I go through setbacks right now, like, you know, and I deal with like real life situations, and I'm like, man, I'm a part of so many people's lives, and I affect everybody. Like, I gotta always make the right decisions. Like, I gotta have the best type of judgment. Like, if I make any mistakes, like, imagine like the people on your payroll, if you can't afford to pay them, the families and the food and the miles that you affect. Like, it's just different. Like, you gotta look at it like that. You can't give up. Your residents, like, if they get put out, where are they gonna go? So, you know, you got reasons to get up every single day. Yeah. So
Okay, so shout out Miles for sure. Yeah, so I mean, do you have any advice for somebody, you know what I'm saying, who may want to open up their own business or healthcare facility? That's so like,
I'm just gonna speak off of business in general. Like, if you want to open up your own business, definitely do your research. Understand it's not just like opening up you know, you want to go do hair, or you want to go, you know, cut somebody hair, be a barber. You want to go do a business where you don't have to, you know, contact the government and things like that. Like, you know, anybody could do, you know, hand to hand business. But whenever you like locked in with the government, you got payroll, you got to pay taxes and things like that. Take the time and sit down and understand what you really signing up for to be an entrepreneur and the things that you're gonna have to pay. Even myself, I clearly don't understand and how taxes work, and you know, speaking to your accountant and things like that, understanding like, hey, it's vital that you can't always be in the negatives as an entrepreneur. Like, save your money. Like, sometimes you gotta cut back in areas that you don't want to, but in the end, you looking for longevity. Everything is temporary, but we looking for longevity. So, you know, staying the course and not giving up on yourself, even though you're gonna go through rough patches. Like, we go through rough patches a lot. You know, being smart and understanding whenever you're getting the money that God is blessing you with, save that money, because you gotta be smart with the fruit that He's giving you. Don't go out there and go spend it and splurge it on things that are meaningless. Like, it's stupid, because at the end of the day, you still got to take care of people. Sometimes you're going to have to use your money on the side that you have saved up to cover your business. And if you don't have no money saved up, how can you continue to run your business? You can't. So you got to be, you know, even though you might got 30, 40,000 in the bank, it's not your money. Cause if you need a loan, what you gonna go ask somebody for it? No, nobody's giving out no money like that. Save your money and invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself. Let's go. Invest in yourself.
You gotta invest in yourself, man. That's the first step. And reading books, invest in your mind. That's the best advice I can give somebody. Invest in your mind, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like I used to read the Bible every single day. I'm going to the gym every single day, making sure I'm investing in my body. I'm eating right. Actually reading the Bible. I'm actually writing verbally. I have goals now every single day of the week. Every day is different. My objectives, I have a planner that I actually read and I write stuff down. Like you gotta prepare to be a winner, prepare to succeed. And even whenever you prepare to succeed, you still gonna fail. But just understand that as long as you got a platform and a template, you're gonna still succeed. You're gonna still win. You just gotta stay prayed up about it, Whenever you start doing great in life, everybody want to talk to God whenever they not doing good. But whenever he start blessing them again, oh, guess what we do? We just wander back. Boom. He don't like that. He don't like that at all. So, make sure you have conversations with him and things like that. Seek him with every decision, no matter how busy your life may be. Just say thank you for waking me up. Things that we forget because he's blessed us with things that we've been praying about. Like, be grateful for the position that you're in, no matter how ugly it may be.
Man, I go with my saying all the time, man. God is good all the time. No cap, bro, for real. Cause even when you seem like you may be down, but you know what I'm saying? Always praying to God, always talking with God, bro. Like, he working mysterious ways, bro, in ways you never even imagine, bro.
Facts.
Like, you never imagine. So with your name, bro, who and how did that come up? Your business name and stuff.
Honestly, man, I feel like I'm the king of names, bro. Like, if I had a kid, my kid name would be a good name to me. But I don't got no kids. I don't need none right now.
So you already
good.
got kids?
No kids, man. I don't need no kids. But really, I was sitting in my apartment in Sheboygan, and I'm like, I want to open my business. I want to open my business in Wisconsin, and I want it to be a healthcare business. So what could I think of? So the business that my pops is Frontier Home Healthcare. And so I'm like, why is it that? Because Alaska is the last frontier. So, Frontier Home Healthcare. So I'm like, okay, cool. What's around Wisconsin? Great Lakes. Great Lakes Home Healthcare. So I looked it up. Nobody had that name. I'm like, boy, I could start selling names to people making money. So yeah, that's how that started.
Hey, that'd be a good hustle though. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good
selling
hustle.
names, yeah.
Cause you gotta go to a whole database.
Copyright, franchise it.
Man. He done plug people in out there.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to give out a free game right now.
I mean, how can people get in contact with you, bro?
Man, that's a tricky question. Cause guess what? I do not have a website.
Okay, so you looking for
Hey, if y'all can help me out with a website, please do so. Cause I ain't go to school for that. But my cousin, which is also my partner, he usually does TikToks and YouTube videos. And his YouTube is called Through Him, ThruHim. I believe it's the number 1. So usually he posts YouTube shorts and stuff like that. We take the guys fishing. We do everything with the guys. Like yesterday, we just had a guy who was he caught a catfish, and he was scared to kill it and clean it.
Ooh.
So he running around the yard and stuff like that. Yeah, but I definitely need somebody to help me out with the website.
You know too many people who, what I'm saying, somebody go ahead.
Y'all can find us on Indeed. If you need a job, we have 2 locations. One that we're in right now, Fairview Street. Please don't come to the street, but Yeah, you know, apply on Indeed. Great Lakes Home Health Care. Hit me up. My name is Phabian Dejean. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Man, thank you so much, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me,
Yes,
bro.
sir, for sure, man. Hey, y'all. PlugAve, plugging and supporting locally and globally, man. And remember, no matter what y'all going through life, man, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Yes, sir. Hey, man, stay blessed, y'all. Man.
It's so insane, I got the fire without propane. Let's get it. We dropping bombs on these niggas and I'm riding with the pistol grip. We keep it presidential so a bitch nigga won't trip. Napalm on me and the Desert Eagle on my head. Tick, tick, boom, man, we up and we stuck, bitch.
Yeah, I get it from my mama. Always working with my hands, I get it from my papa. I be chilling by myself, I ain't really with the drama. They told me to slow down, I told them to move fast. These bitches be mad, I be laughing like aha. My wheel on stronghold, we growing up like sky high. I could care less about who, where, and what, why. I'm a real life alien, bitch, this ain't no sci-fi. Pit bull in the skirt, yeah, I get it from my mama. Always working with my hands, I get it from my papa. I be chilling by myself, I ain't really with the drama. They told me to slow down, I told them to move fast. These bitches be mad, I be laughing like aha. My wheel on stronghold, we growing up like sky high. I could care less about who, where, and what, why. I'm a real life alien, bitch, this ain't no sci-fi.